Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Advance, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Oh, y'all not going to like this show here. Let's get straight into it. So, Ric Bucher, shout out to Ric Bucher, man. Shout out to Ric Bucher, man. He's been making a lot of headlines over the last few weeks now, and it's good because, and I think the reason Ric is making so much noise is because you have a person with a lot of credibility that's been in the sports media business for probably decades now, and is coming out and pushing back on a lot of these narratives that is being propagated by some of these big sports media networks, right? And he's making a lot of noise because he just didn't decide to put on, his clown suit and twerk it up with the rest of them. And I think that's how he's differentiating himself from everyone and getting a lot of market share. So he's doing a great job. But yesterday he made a prediction. He put out a video, not a prediction. He put out a video on his platform. And I think it's called United We Cast. All right. And it says the NBA is overreacting to the Sixers. Why LeBron and Jaylen Brown aren't enough. Now, I want to go on the record and say it right now. We posted it on the channel, but I'm going to say it now. The LA Lakers will finish with a better record than the Philadelphia 76ers next season. I'll say it one more time for the people in the back. The Los Angeles Lakers will finish with a better regular season record than the Sixers next season. I just want to put that out there. So Ric basically goes on to say that, look, this thing could be a potential disaster next season. And a lot of people in media are overhyping this thing, and they're not doing a good enough job to actually analyze what's going on here. But before we even get into Ric's comments, because they're explosive as usual, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Kachava. Now, before we continue, let me tell you something. This year, I got serious about taking care of my body, my training, my nutrition, all of it. Nothing extreme. I just wanted to take better care of myself. But my days get busy between work, moving around, taking care of my daughter, trying to go to the gym, buying groceries. Life fills up fast. And when it does, nutrition is the first thing to fall apart. I would skip meals, grab whatever was easy, and feel it by the afternoon. Then I started using Kachava's new travel pack. Just one packet gives you complete nutrition ready for life to go on. Plant-based protein, fiber, greens, vitamins, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more. No artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no soy, no gluten, no preservatives, and no animal products. All the nutrition my body craves in one delicious shake, packed to go. It keeps my energy steady all day, and more importantly, it actually tastes amazing. If you have been meaning to take better care of yourself, this is the easiest place to start. Take your daily ritual with you. Go to Kachava.com and use code DREAMERS for 15% off your first order. That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code DREAMERS. All right, so perfect. What we want to do is want to play the sound for you guys now. Take a look at the video, and then we'll come back and react to it.
All right, it's overreaction season once more, where the biggest off-season splash or news instantly inspires predictions that are, well, how do I put it this nicely? Prisoner of the moment stuff. I'll admit, I have been guilty of it at times as well. I loved the addition of Desmond Bane by Orlando last summer and was convinced the Magic were going to be one of the top teams in the league last season. My optimism proved to be ill-founded, but I wasn't making any wild pronouncements like Bane made them instant title contenders. I just liked the fit. Some of my media brethren are not being as conscientious or level-headed when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers and their prospects for next season. They are suddenly capable, if not poised, to win it all next season. If the NBA was a fantasy league, that might have credence. Since it's not, it doesn't. This is not new territory, but at some point the need to say something both declarative and bombastic after every development becomes a little silly. We went through the same wild, not based in logic overreactions last summer and throughout the season. One of those same figures also had the Oklahoma City Thunder going 82-0 and being a shoo-in to win back-to-back titles. Others predicted the Celtics were supposed to be in the lottery at the start of the season, and then, after an unexpectedly successful regular season, were supposed to go to the finals. Overreact much? That is, by the way, the media reaction. The fan reaction for all those juiced up about the Sixers is if you're not immediately enthused about the compilation of talent as the team to beat, then you're a hater or just stupid, which is fine if you're more a wild-eyed fanatic than a devout but realistic fan. The reality? The 76ers are taking a big swing at breaking through their second round and out ceiling. There's no reason to think that they can't, eventually. They've made some shrewd draft picks in recent years, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jared McCain. They have a championship caliber head coach and a respected GM in Mike Gansey. But this isn't the first time the Sixers had supposedly put together a championship caliber team and found out otherwise. And here's the reality. Building a championship caliber team rarely happens overnight or in one fell swoop. In today's NBA, more than ever. It takes tinkering and fine-tuning and then some time to gel. Look at the last few champions. The Knicks needed to swap out Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns, deepen their roster, and then find a coach in Mike Brown who was willing and able to harness all of it. Their evolution to championship level took several years. Same with the previous champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They needed to add Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso to beef up their toughness and add a couple of players with the ability to impact the game without the ball. The champions before the Thunder, the Celtics, also went through their growing pains and roster development, adding Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday. Just about every championship team in the last decade went through a similar evolution. What is the difference, you ask, between the 76ers adding Jaylen Brown and LeBron James this summer to Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid and VJ Edgecombe? I'm glad you asked. First of all, the core of every one of the aforementioned championship teams was far more talented and accomplished before the new additions arrived. They'd already been through their share of postseason trials and tribulations. That's not the Sixers. Let's not forget, they were a 45-win play-in team a year ago. Tyrese Maxey has been a revelation and deservedly an all-star and was third-team All-NBA, but he's newly minted as a bona fide star and in no way is superstar material just yet. He did not receive a single first-team All-NBA vote and received predominantly third-team votes for a reason. From a pure talent perspective, he is just below the category of Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic. I still see him as far more shooting guard than point guard, his listed position. I feel the same about Brunson, but even he is more of a playmaker than Maxey. Maxey in no way has proved he can lead a team to multiple playoff series wins, and that's what is expected if we're talking about the Sixers as title contenders.
So you heard what he had to say. I also want to say this, and I think that people just need to get ready because they are laying the groundwork for it right now. Joel Embiid is going to be the scapegoat next season. He's going to be the media scapegoat. They are already talking about it on ESPN. They even did a show about it yesterday. You have Jay Williams already floating this out. He's going to be the scapegoat because no matter what, a LeBron James team will always have a scapegoat when things don't go well. And Joel Embiid is going to be the odd man out. Do you know why? Because he's the one that has the most fragile body right now. So they're going to use his injuries. And then it's he doesn't take care of his body. Now, here's the crazy part. Some people ask, why didn't they go after Tyrese Maxey? Joel Embiid is a far more accomplished player than Tyrese Maxey. Do you know why? Because Tyrese Maxey is a clutch guy. He signed the clutch. So he's off the table. I even think Nick Nurse may be off the table because he's also represented by clutch. So Joel Embiid is going to be the odd man out. And yesterday, I posted it on the community section of our channel. I just want to read through some of what people said. One person said they will literally throw the entire 76ers roster under the bus if it comes down to it. Sadly, if they did it to the Lakers, Philly definitely is in for it. ESPN and the clutch minions already rubbing their hands on who gets the blame. Another person said, and I personally believe the plan will be to get Embiid out and bring in AD. Another person said, and Walker Kessler will be the scapegoat next year. Another person said, of course, it's never LaQueen's fault, and it just goes on and on. That's what's going to happen. So they're already laying the groundwork for that. But I want to get back to what Ric Bucher said about how he doesn't feel like this team could be all of that. Look, something is telling me that this thing is not going to work out. If something is telling me it's not going to work out, and let me tell you this. If this thing blows up in their faces, it's going to be the biggest disaster of LeBron's career. Because you have some people calling him this the greatest starting lineup he's ever played with. The greatest. You're going to be playing on a team with a former MVP, an all-star, a finals MVP, another all-star, including yourself, and you failed to make it work? Yeah, I just have a feeling that it's going to happen. Remember when Russell Westbrook signed with the Lakers and you had Kendrick Perkins go out there and said the Lakers are going to win 70 games? You remember that? You remember how that turned out? Yeah, I think I'm just having a feeling. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not Miss Cleo or anything like that. But I just believe that this thing may fall apart. Just my take, just my guess. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments.